Okay, so I'm here with Kevin on the Pride stand. We're going to have a look at some of the models on the power chair range. Kevin's going to talk us through some of the features and obviously things to look out for if you're considering buying a power chair. Thanks for seeing us today.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay, so this is the Fusion.
Yeah, this is the Jazzy Fusion, which is one of our entry-level rear-wheel drive power chairs. This is offered in two configurations. We do the standard one, which comes with a powered tilt, which goes to 30 degrees, and a manual reclining backrest. And then we have an option 2, which comes with a powered tilt and a powered recline backrest. And they're the two models, basically. Both rear-wheel drive, both have rear suspension, 50 amp batteries as standard on the model. Both are crash tested, which is obviously really important. That's something that end users need to be aware of these days, that you can't travel in a chair unless it's been crash tested. Very important to know. The standard seating on this comes in an 18-inch by 18-inch seat, but it is width adjustable, so it will cater for a slightly larger person. Headrest is a standard feature as well. A lot of chairs don't come with a headrest as standard. Tension adjustable upholstery, that's another feature that we have, which comes as a standard option with the chair. We do offer standard manual swing away leg rests, and we also have manual elevating leg rests as well. So there's quite a few options available. One thing that is also quite useful with this chair is if you need to change your seating in any way, you can remove the upholstery and fit on a third-party backrest to give you more postural support.
Right, so it can be sort of bespoke.
Yeah, you can adapt it if you need to for individual needs. So yeah, that's it's proving a very popular chair. It is only available in silver, but it does come with a set of decals, so you can select the colour.
Right. Okay. We all like to bling our.
Bling the chair up. That's it. A little bit. Yeah. It's a really good indoor-outdoor chair, and it's been on the market for sort of 18 months now, and it's proved a really popular, reliable product for us.
And in terms of warranty, sort of on a product like this, what would you get from the manufacturer?
Well, the standard across the range is 12 months, but there are certain parts of the chair that will come with additional amounts of warranty, and it does vary across the range, so it's difficult for me to say exactly on this particular model. But for example, some chairs have got things like motors have 18 months, some have got a lifetime guarantee on the chassis or the frame, but different parts of the chair have different warranty periods.
Okay.
The minimum is 12 months across the board.
Fantastic. And obviously, based on your experience, we get sort of thousands of people on the website that are making their first sort of look for research on a power chair. What are the kind of things people need to look out for, and what sort of mistakes do people make sometimes when they're looking at chairs?
I think a lot of people will rush into purchasing a chair, and they haven't, like I said, they haven't done their research, and then a few weeks later they'll regret it. The chair ends up sitting in the corner of the room not getting used. So I think that the important factors are: what are you going to use the chair for? Where do you want to take it? What sort of environment are you going to use it in? Is it indoors? Is it outdoors? If it's outdoors, what's the terrain like? Is it extremely hilly? You're going to need a chair that will cope with those hills.
Sure. Yeah.
If it's indoors, rather than going into a shop and trying it, you need to get it to your home and try it around your home to make sure it will move around all the different rooms. So that's important, definitely. The range as well, talking about the environment, well, how far are you going on each journey? You need to make sure the chair will travel that distance and get you back as well. I mentioned crash testing earlier. That's really important. If you need to travel in your chair in the back of a vehicle, be it a wheelchair accessible vehicle or a minibus, then it's important that your chair has been crash tested, because if you go on a community transport facility and they ask you about the chair, is it crash tested, and you say no, they'll refuse to transport you. So that's really important also. And then what features do you want? What do you want from the chair? For example, do you want powered tilt? So you can adjust your posture during the day. What types of leg rests do you need to support your feet? Do you need a swing away joystick? Do you need lights and indicators? Are you going to be going somewhere where you have to go on the road? Because legally, if you're on the road, you need to have lights and indicators. So there's quite a few initial factors you need to think about when purchasing a chair, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we always say it's quite useful, sometimes just to make a list, of the requirements, just pan out, the real spec, because, as you say, it's, if you buy the wrong product and then you have to trade in very quickly, it's quite an expensive.
Yeah, and you never get back Whatever you pay for a chair, a few weeks later, you're not going to get back. If you're lucky, you might get half of that back if you're very lucky. So it's really important that you don't make that mistake of purchasing something. Do your research like anything, really.
Yeah.
Do a lot of, if you're not in a rush, do lots of background research. Go on the internet, look at all the products, visit your local mobility shop. Seek advice from maybe a health professional if you've got an occupational therapist that helps you, or a physiotherapist. Get their input as well, possibly even your doctor, just to get an overall view of what a chair you need from a chair, basically.
Brilliant, Kevin. Well, that's really useful stuff. We're going to go on now and we're going to have a look at sort of a more high-end chair with some sort of added features. But thanks very much for that.